Google Earth, you can add videos of the entire area. And look at that, there's the building right there. You can highlight nearby schools, parks, shops, restaurants. And a good day to everyone. It's Shai Schwartzman here with AudioVideoCoach and the Done For You video and audio marketing system. Today we're doing something a little bit different. We're broadcasting live on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. So hopefully you can catch our program today. We're going to be talking about elevating your real estate videos with Google Earth. And we're going to explore Google Earth. And I'm going to be showing you Google Earth Studio, that is. And I'm going to be showing you how you can use this platform in your real estate videos, specifically or more probably real estate tours. But you can also use it to showcase neighborhoods, showcase the area, and I'm going to give you some tips and strategies that you can use for that. And as always, if you have any questions, I would recommend you can type them into the chat, and be happy to answer your questions. If you have any other questions from our previous videos, we do live events every Friday, and if you go to our YouTube channel, and the information will be written in the chat, you will see that you can watch some of our other videos. And I would also recommend, if you could, if you watch our videos and you'd like to get notification and keep up to date with the latest in video strategies, video marketing for real estate, like, subscribe, click the notification bell, and if you're on Facebook, do friend and follow Done For You TV, and on Instagram as well, and you'll get notification and our other videos. We have a lot of other videos that we share with you on a regular basis, short informational, educational clips that you can you watch, and so it'll give you some really good tips and strategies for your business. So let's get started with today's episode, showcasing or using Google Earth to provide a comprehensive overview that static images just don't match. Plus, you can create these videos quite simply and use them in your marketing. So you don't have to hire necessarily a drone operator, or if you have videos that you kind of want to DIY, that you don't necessarily want or need to hire a professional videographer. There are properties that you'll probably want to do that. There are videos that you'll probably want to do that. But here, this is just more options for you. So aerial views provide a unique perspective. They could showcase the property size, layout, and relation to its surroundings. So if you're doing neighborhood videos, we've talked about that in our previous episodes. You can highlight nearby schools, parks, shops, restaurants, things that buyers care about. And so with Google Earth, you can add or even add videos of the entire area. So even if you hired a local videographer to showcase or do a virtual tour of your home, or if you do it yourself right now with photos, or if you do a 3D type tour, you can always use this to add. And it just really provides, it just really elevates your videos, creates a real cinematic appeal. Let me just see if there's any questions here today. Oh, so far, so good. Let's go beyond the static image. So, as you know, virtual tours are a powerful tool for engaging buyers, especially if they're out of town. You want to pre-qualify them before they get to the area so that you're not wasting time. You're meeting with a buyer and they want to know about the area, shopping, schools, community centers, what have you, amenities. You can quickly do an aerial video using Google Earth to show it to them. So they may have seen the house, but now you can show them what's surrounding that. And that just really, again, just elevates you as that information provider to the seller, to the buyer as well. You can use these on your, for selling as well. If you have a listing and you have a buyer that's moving to another area, you can use Google Earth to give them an overview of some of the areas that you're looking to send them properties. And again, it's not just the property, but where it's located that you can really give some insight to. So to sum up here, it allows buyers to view properties from anywhere, of course. It's cost effective. You don't need to hire a drone operator for every one of your listings, although, as I said, there are listings you'll want to do that. But maybe there's some listings you don't. Maybe there's some listings that you just want to create a photo montage of the house. You have professional photos done, and you just want to use those professional photos to create a video. You can then use Google Earth to really amend or just take it to the next level. And then again, as we know, most real estate prospects are going to start their search online. So using aerial photography or aerial animation is just another great way to catch their eye and engage and provide them information. So let's take a look here at Google Earth and how you can use it. Now it's an extensive program, but there are some quick tools that I'm going to show you today where you can create videos using the setup, or have some wizards. So you can get as much into this as you like, but I'm going to just show you on today's episode, again, the benefits of Google Earth, and again, some easy ways to use it and some strategies on how to use it. So let's go to our full screen here. And let's go to Google Earth. Now, when you get to Google Earth, you're going to want to set up an account. So you'll want to go to Google Earth Studio, right? And you'll want to go here. So that's where you're going to go, to Google Earth Studio. Now, there is Google Earth, which will show you, how should I put it? It will show you the location, but it doesn't have the tools. It's more just a viewing type of site, where, let's say, you want to see what 123 Main Street looks like. But in order to use the tools that I'm going to showcase for you today, you'll want to go to Google Earth Studio. And then you'll just want to sign up for an account. You'll need a Gmail email, or you'll need a Google account in order to get started. And I've already done that, but once you put in your information, it'll ask you what do you want to use Google Earth for, so you could just write it in, what you're looking to do with it. And that's essentially it. You just fill out a couple questions. Again, you'll need a Google account, and essentially it. Now, when I set up my account, it registered me pretty quickly. I've read that it could take up to a day or two, depending on who knows what. But for me, it was pretty quick. So you'll come up to this page here once you're verified, and what you'll need to do is, you'll see it says here blank project, and what you'll want to do is you'll want to go to quick starts. Now, you could open up a blank project, and let me open up another window that I had open here. And if you do just the regular project, you're basically starting from zero, from scratch, where you title it, and it's kind of cool. You can do tours of Mars and the moon. So when you expand your next office to one of these other places, you can use this too. But for now, of course, we'll excuse me, we'll go back to Earth. All right. So you can, there's all of this and how many seconds, but I'm not going to get into this today, because here you're just starting from zero, and you have to create your own project from start. But what you can do is, if you go here to New File, excuse me. Well, maybe we'll do it over here, because that's probably what you'll do. So you'll go here to Quick Starts. And here, this is where it gets this is really cool, because it gives you some quick start projects. So here, you can almost, start at a different level, where everything is already pre-done for you for the most part, and you can change a few things to customize it to you, but you're not starting from scratch, okay? So I was just going to grab my notes here, which I forgot to take out, because there was three of the quick start projects that I wanted to show you. So the ones that I'm going to be showing you today that I found the most interesting, and the ones that I suggest you experiment with, is Orbit, Spiral, and Fly to an Orbit. With Zoom to and point to point, it's actually pretty cool, and I'll show you a little bit about that later. I'm going to show you these other ones first. because they need a little bit more work to get them going. Now, with all of these, and with all of the programs that I showcase for you, I want to show you how you can do it on your own. But if you like what you see here today, there is we can help you as well. So you don't have to do this all on your own. You can, and I'm showing you how you can get started yourself. But if you find that, as I like to say, you're more interested in making deals than producing video reels, then I'm going to give you, after I show you this, I'll give you a little bit of an overview of how we can help you get this done effectively and affordably. So let's get into it. So let's say, let's use Orbit. So let's say I go to Orbit and I click on. Okay, and now it'll ask me the address. So let's say I have a condo that I want to showcase, a condo community. So let me find, that's one that I've played around with. So you'll see it takes you to, gives you sort of an overview of where it is. And then what you want to do is, there's a little plus sign here, like a little target. You want to make sure that, the target, I'm just moving it a little bit now for you, but the target is on the property you want to showcase. And then you click on the next, and look at that. There's the building right there. And look how amazing that looks. 3D, that's the building right there in the middle. And it's done it for you. And this is the template. Now, as I was saying earlier, you can go and do this right from the start, but I want to be able to show you how you can do this using these templates. And for all intents and purposes, these templates, they're easy to use. These templates will do everything you really need to do. So that's the Orbit, and you can see here it just keeps going. You can change the radius, so you could push in or zoom out. Let's say I want to shoot, I want to show a little bit more of the building and the surrounding area. This is downtown Toronto for any of you who are not familiar with that. Right here is the Rogers Centre. That's where the Toronto Blue Jays play. And if you're a Leaf fan or hockey fan, it's kind of hard to see it, but over here in this area it's kind of, the buildings are blocked. Oh no, maybe it's over here. Oh, it might be over here. There's the CN Tower, of course, as you may know. You can just change the altitude here too. That's another way. So if you can lower, that's kind of cool, huh? You can lower and raise the altitude. The hockey team plays over here. That's the Rogers Centre. That's where the baseball team plays. And then over here, I went the wrong way earlier. Here is what they call the Scotia Centre. Used to be called the Air Canada Centre, but they didn't want to pay the naming rights, I guess, after a few years. So that's just a little sidetrack there. So again, we'll put our target on the building here. And you can change what they call the target attitude, which doesn't really do very much. It's you can change where you want it to start. So, if you want it to start here, if you want it to start on another side of the building, you can change that. it's a little finicky, I find. So you can do that. That changes the heading. And then, as I said, that's the altitude, so you can show a little bit more sky, less sky, what have you. And as I said, the radius, if you want to make that adjustment. So anyway, you could play around with that, or you may like it the way it already did it for you. So there you go. So that's orbit. So now, if you like that, you can then tell it how long you want to orbit. You could say 60 seconds. And you click on OK. And now it takes you to this page. And here are some keyframes. And I'm not going to get too deep into it because I want you to get started. But if you click on the frame here, let's say longitude, altitude, you could change the altitude of each keyframe. So let's say that's our start, and we wanted to change our altitude. We want to make it more precise than on the previous. So you can change the altitude. It's a little more, gives you a little bit more finesse here. But let me show you what happens if you change this keyframe. So if you change that keyframe, now we're starting at a lower altitude. As we go here, you can see how as we go to the next keyframe, we're rising in altitude. So you see that? Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? Look at that. I love that. Look at that. So you can kind of, you can start by sneaking behind some of the buildings and rising to show, and then what you can do too is we'll go to the next keyframe, and what I'll do is I'm going to change the, I think it's the latitude, longitude. Now we're going to, let me see if we could change this over here. Let's see. Oh, I see. Okay. So we'll go here. And for this, let's say I wanted to go closer. So, oh, that's the attitude. So I can lower. That's the attitude. And you can push in as well with the longitude and longitude. And then there's some attributes I can add. Let's try field of view. And then if I go to field of view, you can see now I can push in, right? So on that keyframe, I'm pushing in. So let's just go back here. So you can see where I started, I snuck in around behind the building, and I'm rising. And as I'm rising, as I'm moving towards that keyframe, I've come in a little closer. So you could start off with the template, and then you can play around with it and give it another. Here's some other things that you can do. You can add clouds. You could change the time of day, which is kind of cool. What that is I can make this 6 p.m. So if you're in a location that has a beautiful sunset, you can actually change the lighting and give it like a sunset lighting. So it's all very cool. So that's Orbit. The next one I want to show you, and if you have any questions, I would put them into the chat. And we'll see if we can answer your questions. Let me see something here. The beauty of live events. All right. Just checking on a couple things here. All right. Anyway, if you have any questions, please check the chat. I kind of wanted to check because it's a new thing I'm doing, as I was telling you earlier. I'm doing a live Facebook, live YouTube, and live Instagram. So kind of technology central today. Let's go to the next one. The next one I want to show you is called Spiral. And this, I think, works really well as well. So we won't save this. I'm not going to be too worried about it. Let's go to another address. How about a house? Let's go to... I'm just... This is a house, and so you can see it's a little bit, this is what they call a spiral. So what it'll do is it'll start from further away and then spiral and lower down around the property, right? So, as before, this is a good one to kind of show the area that you're in too, right? So, if it's more of a residential area like this is, and I'll keep the target here. If this is a residential area, as it is, then maybe you'll want to start a little closer if you want to maybe keep the house more in view, as opposed to starting on a large canvas. Now, you may want to start on a larger canvas because you kind of want to show the area. And the other thing about Google Earth is you can add annotations. And annotations are markers with text. So what you could do is, I'm just showing you, see how it starts closer to the house. And we could change the angle, our start angle, from where we want to start, right? And then our end, we can start at our end angle. And then if we want to show the end our radius, we can kind of show where we are there. Like we can go a little closer at the end, right? That's the house right there where the target is. And, you know, we can end up at a different angle. You kind of have, yeah, there you go. You have to kind of play with it, right? And see where it ends up for you. And just because it ends in a different place, you'll probably edit it, right? So you may, if we go back here, right, you'll see how it spirals in, right? So you can, again, you can also change if you go back, you have to go back to start here, the altitude, right? So we can go a little lower. right? We can start a little lower, and then at the end we can also play around with that, right? The altitude, we can lower it too. Probably want to start a little lower there. So that kind of gives you a kind of a nice, you know, it's just a matter of playing around with it. But look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Just how it's showing you the neighborhood and the house. And then, of course, I'm just doing this quickly right now. This could be a great opening to your video, right? So let's click on next, and we'll say we want it to be a minute. So just put how many seconds? I don't know. Let's put 60 for now, just for fun. So that takes you back to a similar screen. So again, here are our keyframes. This is what we've kind of created a canvas. But then we can go in here and we can make some more changes, right? We can make some changes to the longitude, kind of where we start. See, we can just finesse it a little bit more. The latitude, how far back we come in, how far back we go out, right? And our altitude, we can, again, see how we can refine it even more than before. So the other one, the first one, is kind of just getting started, and we can it really provides us with our canvas, right? And so that's we can lock that in. And again, we can add attributes, right? We can change our field of view. We can add field of view, time of day, clouds if we want. Well, ocean and stuff is not going to really do anything for us there. But here, field of view, you know, if we wanted to start on our keyframes, right? We add a keyframe here. We add a keyframe, and then, you know, we can start here. We can start a little closer. We can start further back. Again, with the altitude we talked about earlier. So again, you can play around with all of this stuff, right? And just give yourself a really, I made some changes here, right? But you can really give yourself a beautiful aerial shot of the neighborhood, right? And then, so that is spiral. And then the other one that I wanted to show you was fly to orbit. This is kind of cool because what it does is you fly into the property and then orbit around it. So it's kind of a bit of both of these, because this one you kind of fly in and then spiral, and then the other one that I showed you earlier was orbit. So this kind of combines these two, and it's kind of cool. I really like that one too. And let's see what we can let me see here. New, let's go fly in orbit, and don't save. Let's see. Let's see if we can find some nice houses here. There's a place called the Bridle Path in Toronto, and there's some beautiful homes here. For any of you music fans, Drake lives in this neighborhood. He's got a house here. I'm sure he lives in a lot of places, but it's called the Bridle Path. So I kind of wanted to show you. These are kind of cool. Let's see, Bridle Path. I don't know. I'll just pick a number. Is there a 35 Bridle Path? Yeah. Let's pick 35 Bridle Path. Hopefully that's a nice house. I don't like that one. I want to see something else. I want something. I saw something else before. I thought it was kind of cool. Oh, there's some pools here. Let's go to a house with a swimming pool. Forget this. Let's go to this one. What's this one? Let's see. Oh, look at that. That's a lovely. Oh, look at that house. All right, that looks like a nice house. All right, we'll use that as our example. And maybe this is Drake's house. I don't know. All right, so we picked our property and go here to next. So you see how it's kind of coming in and then it orbits the house, right? So again, very cool, huh? Look at that. That's a beautiful house. Looks like it has a little tennis court there too. All right, I think I picked a winner here. All right. So we probably won't want to start from that close, but we can change that later. So let's go here. That's our end attitude. So let's go to the end here. This is what our end is going to look like, right? So maybe we want to, altitude, sorry, I kept saying attitude, altitude. So, you know, oh, look at the city. You can see the city right behind. That's actually nice. But maybe we'll just kind of bring it here. So should we, I don't know. I kind of like both of these. Well, let's just show the house here. So that's our end. And then what do we got here? That's just, I think we want to move this here a little bit. Yeah, I think we want to move that there a little bit. There we go. The approach, orbit radius. Oh, here's another one that you'll want to deal with too. Is how far back do you want to go? The radius of the house. You want to move back further, or maybe we want to go a little closer. No, a little closer. Yeah, we want to maybe go a little closer. And then the altitude, maybe we'll change that a little bit. Let's see how that looks. And then we can move that in the we can move that in the next one. And you could also make it clockwise. All right, so let's see where we're at here. Oh, we've kind of screwed that up. So let's, why don't we start again? Because I kind of screwed that up. And you could play around and change the keyframes, but I still want to get into that right now. So I'll just start again here. And what did I say? I wanted the house with the nice pool, right? Did I lose it? That's too bad. Oh, maybe it's over here. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, well, there's the one with the tennis court right there. Okay. I kind of screwed that up. Okay, so then I go there. And there we go. So it was just easier for me to start from the beginning. And then the end altitude, again, we want it to go a little lower. The orbit radius, maybe we'll just start a little further back, give it a little bit more of a further look, show the nice neighborhood. And the approach angle, you can change where you want it to come from. So you can play around with that, but I don't know how important that is. I mean, it kind of just, it's where it comes from. Sometimes it's not that, there we go. Let's just move it there. So it'll come from a different angle. All right, so we'll say, okay, we like that. Oh, we want to, let's make it 60 seconds. And again, you don't have to start it, you could just start it from, from here. You don't have to take it all the way from here, although you could. And you can see here how great that is. So it's like getting a drone shot, and as I said, you don't have to always hire someone. You really could do this yourself. And then, like before, you can add different attributes. You can play around. You can change the field of view. So the field of view is right here. See, I'll click on that field of view, and then you can see how I can move in closer and further away on the keyframes. You can change the time of day, and so for the most part, once you set it up in the wizard, there's not much to change. And then all you need to do is you click on render, and you can also output images too. If you want, you can output an image. You can title it, and then you can output images. So let's say you want to output this. You just stop it there, and then you output it as an image. You title it, of course. You tell it what folder, so it'll get saved in your Google Drive, and you can tell it what the dimensions. You'll probably just leave it as is, 1920 by 1080. That's HD. There is this Google Earth logo, which you can't take out, but what you can do is you can just kind of stick it in the corner, and even if it's there, I mean, it doesn't matter, right? But what you can do is, when you output it, if you don't want it in there, theoretically you need to have it there. It's Google's, so you can then just render it, and then you can kind of produce it so it's a little bit wider. Put the logo in the corner, and then you can kind of just zoom in a little bit so the logo is out. But you can leave the logo there. I don't see an issue. And then just leave everything pretty much as is. Map style clean, high, and then you just render it out to click on start, and it renders out, and then it'll let you know when it's completed. It'll put it into, you choose a folder in your Google Drive where you want to put it. And then you have this video, and you can then, you can add a voiceover. You can bring it into iMac. If you have an iMac, you can bring it into iMovie and add a voiceover. If you have a PC, you can bring it into, there's a video editor in PC. Video editor. Basically, it's just a video editor. And you can then open it up in, should be there. What have I done with it? Oh, there we go. I think, is that it? Video editor. Maybe I didn't. I wonder if I don't. Oh, could be I have to download it. I did have a video editor here. I must have taken it out in one of my updates. But there is video editing in on your PC. It's built in. Or if you go back to our first episode where we do our video, we did our video lesson. You can add. You can see there's some video programs that I've suggested you can use. but they're all built into the PC, or like I said, iMovie in the Mac. And you can add a voiceover if you have something called Camtasia. I have Camtasia. That's another one that you can use. So basically, you just add your video on the timeline, and then you can just add a voiceover. So you can send this out. You can use this in your video editing. So lots of different things you can do with this, and it just brings up your production value so much higher. So if you're doing it yourself, and you're doing video, you're creating videos with your photographs, go to Google Earth and create an aerial view. You can create aerial views of neighborhoods. So when we talked last week or the week before about video tours, you can then show the neighborhood. And to do that, I didn't get into that today, but you can create a video. You can go here, it's video, and it's point to point. I didn't get into that, but let's say you want to show a neighborhood. Let's go to downtown Toronto again. Let's go to downtown Mississauga. Let's go to downtown Miami. I can go anywhere. Why would I want to stay here? I'm going to go to Miami. And so what you could do with there is you can kind of show, like before, it's called point to point. So you can go here, and then you want to pick your first point. Let's say that's our first point. And then I pick my second point. I don't know where. I'll pick it. Oops. I'll pick my. Why is it not stopping? Oh, there we go. Where's my second point? Let me get rid of this. There we go. I think we'll pick our second point here. Let's say, I don't know. Doesn't matter. I think I screwed that up. Let me go back. So let me pick my first point. I'll pick it here. And then I'll pick my second point. I don't know. Just pick it. Oops. I'll pick it right over here. I don't know. Bayshore. There we go. So you can see how it moves from place to place. Right? But then you'll take it in here, right? And now you can change the altitude, right? So we go to our first keyframe here. And we can change the altitude. We can change the, we can play around with the camera view, with the field of view, right? So just another tool in the arsenal. So you can go from place to place. You can show them, well, your house is right here, and then look at all the, the shopping and entertainment or whatever here. So lots of different tools here to use and to really augment what you're doing. And now, if you want to experiment with that, you can, or check out our program. It's called virtualvideoeditor.com, and we will put together your flyover for you. So we create videos. It's a video editing service. So you shoot your videos on your phone, on your webcam. You can go back to our first lesson, our 3-part course, and watch the first part of the course on the video where I teach you how to use your camera, and we go through the different videos that you would want to create, or you should consider creating for your real estate business. But once you shoot the video in your office, on location, what have you, we can provide you with fast and affordable expert editing. So we can edit it for you. Create your branding. We optimize it for all the different social media platforms, and we can integrate Google Earth in for you. So if you have a property that you want to add some aerial photography or aerial videography for, Google Earth is a great opportunity for you to have a drone shot without hiring a drone operator. So check out our virtualvideoeditor.com. On the website, you'll find all of our services, some videos you can watch. We enhance your visuals. We edit. We use audio optimization. We use AI to optimize your audio. We stabilize your video images. We color correct it. We add, of course, we edit it for you effectively. We add titles to it for engagement. We can create horizontal and vertical versions for you. So whatever is the latest and greatest in video that you need for the social media platforms, we provide that for you when you use our service. And you can read up more about it here. And then we have different packages. Individual videos as low as $99. And you're never obligated to, there's no long-term contracts. You don't have to commit to any certain number of videos. Of course, if you want to save some money, who doesn't? And you know that you're going to do a lot of different videos with us, we do have some prepay packages. So for example, 5 videos, $396. And then there's no time limit on those 5 videos. So it's not like you pay month to month, or you pay every month to have a certain number of videos done, and at the end of the month, if you don't do it, you lose it. With these pre-packs, you don't lose that. You just use it as you need it. We have a 10-pack. We also do long form to short form videos. So if you are creating long form videos, these are like podcasts or just like what I'm doing here right now, we can create some short clips for you from those long-term videos, for those long form videos. We can create some short clips for you. So that you can take one video that's, 30 minutes. You can cut 10 or 20 clips from there. Again, depending on what's engaging and what's interesting. And we cut those videos for you so that you can use them on social media reels, and we add all the social media engagement tools, the text on screen, and clip art and stuff if you need. Again, just for that engagement. And then again, if you want help with your Google Earth, we can create those animations for you. You can add voiceover, and then we can integrate them into your video. So if you'd like to get more information on our program, I invite you to visit. You can use the QR code with your phone if you have your phone in hand right now. Take a picture of the QR code and go to virtualvideoeditor.com and check it out. If you have any questions, of course, visit, connect with me on Facebook, some of the other social media, And as I said, if you like what you've seen today and you'd like to get more, you don't want to miss out on future videos, as well as many of our educational videos. We put out several educational videos every week. These are short 1-minute videos on a range of subjects and strategies to use in your real estate business. You don't want to miss that. So subscribe, ring the bell, and give us a thumbs up, like the video, so that it can be shared with real estate agents just like you. I think that's all we have for today. I don't know if there's any questions that we have. Let me see. With my before I sign off today, I want to see if there's any questions that we have. Doesn't look like it. Let me just. Do we have any questions? I'm just looking at the computer now, and I'm not, because we're broadcasting on 3 different platforms. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody, and I hope not. I just emailed. Oh, no questions. I guess I covered everything perfectly. Well, I want to thank you very much for joining me today. Look out for a link for a replay of this video in case you missed something or you didn't have a chance to, you want to refresh. Please also take down this information if you have questions. doneforyoutv@gmail.com. Here's our credentials for some of our social media. And again, I encourage you to subscribe, like our videos, and ring the bell to get notified. If you're on Facebook, watching on Facebook today, make sure to friend us, and you'll get you're going to be provided with a lot of great information, a lot of great strategies, and bite-sized videos on how to use video effectively in your real estate business. And if we can be of further assistance to you, please visit our website at AudioVideoCoach.com. Thanks again for joining me today, and I look forward to sharing more video strategies that will make you more money in your real estate business. I'd like to say we're dedicated to providing you with a lot of great information and making video a profitable part of your real estate business. Have a great day. We'll see you again. Bye-bye.